Hello, fellow gunners. Tim here at the reloading bench. I'm charting my weights since these are rifle. Now, these are a couple different casting sessions. And here's the funny part. I have noticed this. Even though you have wheel weights and supposedly they're all the same, they don't always cast the same. See, because here's a bunch that is, let's see what we got here. 183 grains range. So it goes up to 183.7 and goes all the way down to 182.3 in this range. I didn't have room enough to go out this way, so I bring these over here. And these, the most of them cast at 183.4. Okay, that was one casting session, and then here's a couple others that ranged pretty close. I had some that was really lighter. Let's see what they weigh. 179.6, and these were lighter than that. If I can find them, there they are. They were lighter, so these here, I don't know, might use them for fouling shots, but I really don't use fouling shots because I've noticed in a Remington, the more you clean it, it doesn't really do you that much good. You're better off just to leave it dirty. I know that don't sound right, but they do shoot better when they're dirty. But here's, to me, is the most interesting thing. Even though you have this range from here to here, which is, what's this, 181.1 up to, let's just say 182. Right here, 182. Which is a grain. You got a grain range here. But what's funny is there's peaks within this grain. It's not like a plateau. You've got peaks within your casting. That to me is just odd. And then you have these stragglers, which makes it even odder. Now, a lot of you are going, okay, Tim, we understand the gas checks, but why are you lubing them too? Well, if you guys remember in my last video with my 308, this bullet seemed to be better when it was powder coated, gas checked, and lubed. Now, here's my Lyman 450. And I was doing this yesterday, and guess what? My bolt broke. It broke right at where the threads meet or at the end of the threads, I guess you could say. So I had to buy a new bolt. Now this bolt that came with the press, get over here in the light, you can see is a grade 5 bolt. Now I replaced that with a grade 2 bolt and with a nylon lock nut so it can rotate and be free. But is it just me, or is that the poorest design you ever seen? You've got this rigid piece which pivots this whole plunger free floating in between these, like you might as well say shackles. These shackles. And there's this space, this great space that's in between them. And you're just right in the middle of the boat, which puts all that pressure on that boat. That to me is just a weird, bad design. But anyway, So I replaced that with a grade 2 because I figure if it bends and it's still working, it's not broke, that'll give me time to go get another boat. But I'm pretty sure if you were to go to Lyman to replace that boat, that thing would probably cost you $5. You know, nut, and I think they had a little wave washer on there. Instead of using a wave washer, I just went with the locking nut. And well, that bolt nut, and I bought a washer, a flat washer, and I ended up not using it. Here it is, but I'll use it for something, I'm sure. Anyway, that cost me 32 cents at the hardware store. But I've already set my gas checks on these, so all I got to do now is just lube it. Put a little pressure on it so it fills the grease loops. And then I'll bring it over here and weigh it. See, where's our one? Right there. Well, my valley's getting filled in, so. But anyway, guys, that's what I'm doing today. Well, I was doing it yesterday, and this is a continuance into today. Now, I've got a question. And I know I've brung this question up with my pistol bullets, and a lot of guys commented back and said, you know, with pistol and shorter ranges, don't worry about your weight so much because it ain't going to matter that much. Now, we're talking about a rifle, and I'm wanting to extend the range 100 yards or past. You know, so is, like I said earlier, 1 grain from wherever it was right here. Will that all be good? Or do I even have to go down to point grains? Now, these are all 0.1 grains. And I probably should have went 0.2 just to make it, I don't know. Anyway, this is the way I set it up. You know, like this bunch here, I'm pretty sure is going to be okay. And, you know, maybe these few right here. Now, these stragglers that are light, I don't know if I'm going to recast them or, like I said, just use them for fouling shots. But what is your opinion on should you keep it within a half a grain or a grain? That's my thoughts. That's what I need your thoughts on. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.